Hi collective, welcome back to my channel. We are about relationship with ourselves first, okay? Because remember, the eyes are the windows of the soul and the heart is the seat of the soul, okay? So we're learning about spirituality together as a community, okay? We're looking for our soul family. We're looking for our Tower Cup, okay? You could be looking for a new friendship, romance, or you could be looking at a higher priestess, okay? Or someone that dresses like a higher priestess, or you feel this affection. When it comes to the feelings, maybe you're receiving love, okay? And maybe you want to give love to someone else on an equal footing, okay? Because it looks like the masculine has not communicated about his passion, okay? But it looks like the higher priestess or someone you feel is very spiritual on the same footing as you. It feels like someone's looking for that relationship with themselves first. Because I can see this feeling of having that friendship with someone's self first. Because when you have that friendship with yourself first, someone feels they can trust even more when it comes to everybody else. Because it seems like there's nothing to worry about. Okay, so now you feel like you've got the support from everybody when it comes to your Tour Cup. Okay, all right. So someone is supporting someone's Tour Cup when it comes to the passion, the courage. Okay, you know, we look at healing. It looks like a cup of healing. All right, so it looks like both people are using their intuition to bring in their ships to come in, because now we're looking at co-creating with the universe when it comes to the feelings. Into me, I feel I'm co-creating with the universe because I feel a Tour Cup in my energy. Yes, because it's God's Tour Cup. Someone could be thinking about justice or learning about God's Tour Cup or learning about someone's friend that's in a Tour Cup. So they're learning about someone's friend. Maybe they're waiting for the masculine to make a decision, or the masculine's talking to his friends about a Tour Cup. And they trust, it feels like an equal footing. Now they feel as if they got support from everybody. So now maybe someone's considering, okay, if there's any problems. Because it's coming like, say for instance, for my example, in my dream, Adiwali held my hand and he said, you sort your life out. So just give me a chance to sort my life out, to bring in the justice. So now maybe someone's learning about their feelings when it comes to the wind and fire. So that means we're bringing the equalism when it comes to fire and air, okay? All right? It's like when the indigenous people wanted to work with the Western world, they tried to teach them about the Amazon. When you want to put fire to the Amazon, you can control it a certain way. But they didn't want to listen. Do you understand? So the wind couldn't control the fire. Okay, that's why we have many Amazon fires lately, because they weren't listening to the indigenous people. So when it comes to sustainability, we take it more seriously. Now they're reaching out, asking for help for the leader of Amazon forest to help to sustain. So we've got to make fair, balanced decisions. We can't just make decisions on basis of ourselves. We've got to be more feasible when looking at ourselves and everybody else. Okay, remember, we're energy. Okay, so now someone's feeling this feeling of like maybe their thoughts are burning up, and now they want to have that conversation. Why? Because we're looking at transitioning, ascending joyfully to God, because now you're looking at discernment. Okay, discernment, because now someone's working with the right team of people. Now they feel like they got support from everybody when it comes to maybe keeping things together. So maybe you're saying, please be sure to seek help from other people when necessary to make a balanced decision. But don't take on people's other opinion without researching the facts. And facts come from inner intuition first. Into me, I know. And then you go on Google Scholar, go and look at maybe a few case studies, so you don't be confused about your message, because I can see you can transform, right, your decisions into a fair justice, okay? Because now you look at one's personality is very calm. You feel like someone's judgment is accurate about things, all right? So now maybe you feel the masculine is making a mature decisions and not being impulsive, okay? So now we're looking at maybe the masculine could be King of Swords, okay? Or it could be a Scorpio person. Maybe he feels more enthusiastic, more motivated. Okay, when it comes to maybe an Aries or Sagittarius person, maybe someone felt like someone will give up more easily when facing setbacks. No, setbacks are there for a reason. It's for you to make changes. Don't give up, collective. You could be looking at collaboration when it comes to partnership, or looking at a message. Maybe you want to send a message to someone to make great changes. Do it. Because if you don't know, you'll always wonder, innit? To me, never fear rejection. At least if you asked, you got the answer, innit? Whether you got answer back or not. No answer is an answer. It's an answer, innit? Do you know what I mean? So face your setbacks because you got the strength. Don't be scattered. Because maybe someone feels as if they're sending messages to the King of Swords or getting downloads from God or talking to God saying, help me. Because maybe someone failed to meet their expectations when it comes to such a Sagittarius person. So maybe somebody wants God's help, okay? Or they're looking at maybe a masculine fire sign for help, or fire signs are looking for God for help, okay? Because my masculine can only go to God, okay? So now you look at maybe an accurate judgment about things when it comes to mature, okay? Not being impulsive. Look at your intuition. Someone felt like there was love at first sight. Now, maybe someone's sending messages to the King of Swords about God's partnership, maybe, when it comes to God's Turika. Could be getting a Sagittarius, probably sending messages to the King of Swords about God's Turika, receiving that love, okay, from God when it comes to someone's partnership. Maybe somebody is maybe looking more enthusiastic when it comes to maybe facing setbacks, you know. And that's why someone's sending messages, lots of messages, to this King of Swords. Yeah, about collaboration. Now you could be seeing, you could be 32 or 5 changes when it comes to maybe balancing a change. Because now there's a plan when it comes to a corporation, or maybe someone's bringing stability to someone's communication. For someone's seeking control. Somebody wants to control messages or control a team or control communication about God's Turika. So now Sagittarius is sending messages to the King of Swords about a plan. So now maybe looking at stability, because now someone's seeking help, because they feel like it's necessary to maybe control the soil of the soul, of the energy that's too speedy, or maybe someone's looking at the richness when you're attaching the importance of spirituality. It comes with yourself first. You've got to love yourself first, okay? All right, so you can recognize your intuition, because now someone's willing to share maybe and enjoy the enrichment of oneself, because it comes with self first, okay? Maybe someone is ready to take action and they're realizing their dreams. This is what someone's saying in this message. So I look at collaboration. We're looking at great change when it comes to energy. Remember, we're energy. Okay, we all go through the same things, but we deal with things differently. Okay, so now you look at the soil of the soul. Okay, it seems like the soul wants to be more motivated. It's trying to send messages to the King of Swords. So maybe King of Swords is ignoring his own soul. Maybe he's too busy at work. He's not paying attention. Or as Sagittarius sending him lots of messages about the richness of spirituality when it comes to God's Turika. Yeah, because somebody's lying. Yeah, because someone sees a low-level mental development when it comes to a Taurus person. When it comes to making choices. Someone thinks someone is ignorant and they like to meddle into people's business. Someone's single and ready to mingle. Yeah, but because they made a wrong judgment. Because they're looking at low-spirited people in this team to collaborate, to talk about spirituality. No. They're trying to take control of someone's energy or taking control of someone's messages about God's Turika because they wanted to help. Someone's sending messages to a King of Swords for help about a plan to collaborate on. But is it stable though? Because it seems to be failing to meet expectations because they're understanding the attachment of great importance when it comes to spirituality. Yeah, King of Wands. Maybe King of Wands is looking at self-discipline, the power. Maybe he's finding that the marquee of authority when it comes to creativity, co-creating with the universe, making and learning about making a balanced decision when it comes to the team, when it comes to professionalism. Maybe this masculine feels he's receiving the love he's given by other people on an equal footing. Maybe he feels he's getting great support of everyone now when it comes to maybe not being impulsive, facing setbacks, because something failed to meet expectations when it comes to maybe Sagittarius. Maybe his masculine reached out to a Sagittarius and a King of Swords about God's Turika. So now we're looking at this enthusiasm. Maybe this masculine is playing the role of a leader because he feels like it's necessary to be frank in the words and the deeds. Why good deeds bring good karma and bad deeds bring bad karma. So now someone has a very strong objective when it comes to consciousness, because somebody likes challenges, because that's a King of Wands. King of Wands, they look at they're like chameleons, isn't it? Or that yeah, chameleons. Like they can, what's that animal when they can go for the fire? They can go through fire and still be unhurt. I'm sure it's a chameleon. Because they like challenges, you know? So he's looking at this team and he's holding on to the soul of the self. And now he's seeing healthy boundaries, got the strength and ambition, but he feels someone in this team is jealous when it comes to maybe God's Turika, because he sent a message to maybe King of Swords. And now maybe they have a stronger ego to learn maybe about their great attachment, because now we're seeing the lack of self-regulation when it comes to maybe a Pisces person, because someone has excessive expenses. And remember the destruction to the soul to have boundaries, strength, because you look at the wounded warrior, because someone is around a group, maybe a Virgo person or a Pisces person that have excessive expenses. That is the destruction to the soul. So now someone has to have healthy boundaries. And now, because they reach out to this King of Swords, they forgot their original intentions, okay, about these messages about God's Turika. Now they feel completely drained of energy, okay, because now there's no restraint in it, because there's no healthy boundaries. Because somebody now wants to control. There's no healthy boundaries. Now someone looking upside down, hangman. Enthusiasm's gone down. Because someone failed to meet expectations, such as Sagittarius and a King of Swords. They didn't meet the expectations of this King of Wands. So King of Wands, at the back of him, he's thinking about the lack of self-regulation when it comes to this team. Code of conduct needs to be re-looked at. Code of conduct, and someone has to do auditing because of this excessive expenditure. Now maybe someone needs to get in a lawyer to overlook when it comes to analytical finances for analyzing and for financial literacy, because it seems to be there's no restraint when it comes to finances in this place. Yeah, because now someone's looking at financial losses. Now they're in their feelings. Now someone's abandoned, because now the original intention is gone. The original intention when it comes to studying about God's Turika is gone. It became jealousy. It became lack of boundaries. It became underhanded behavior. It became lack of ability to self-regulate, you know, because everyone went into this excessive expenditure. And remember, vanity is the beginning of the soul's destruction. And now we're seeing someone is now looking, when it comes to maybe this King of Swords, he has a low mental development. He tends to maybe casually, when he's making his choices, is very ignorant. Do you know what I mean? He's more, he loses his train of thoughts. He's very forgetful. He's very calculated, very immature. And it's always like their way or the highway. And he's like a mental manipulator. He's like a calculator, man. Very calculated person. Because he can moan about setbacks, but if you moan about setbacks, you're always angry, man. Or if he starts being disrespectful and then you stand up for yourself, that's a problem for a King of Swords. He'll act like the biggest victim, like you're the problem, you're crazy, you're right, so they're not getting their own way. Immature, spoiled person. Immature. So he's losing. Why? Because now he's thinking of a Taurus on his foundation when it comes to grief over separation. Grieve. So now there's a separation of a Taurus person, or when it comes to religion, tradition, or assistance, when it comes to learning about God's Turika. He doesn't know nothing, man. He don't know nothing. Him and this Taurus person, not interested. So now you're looking at maybe financial interests. It can't last long, or there's someone's interest in a Taurus can't last long. They're looking at obstacles, difficulties. They shift the target. They forgot their original intention was to study about God's Turika for everybody to find their soulmate. But it went into a financial battle instead. Greed, controlling, jealousy. And now they're looking at obstacles, delays. I don't understand. It's such an easy ride, but no, they're encountering setback, difficulty, they shift the target. Now, there's inconsistencies between one's appearance and one's true nature. Now, there's vulnerability to temptation with a Taurus person and this King of Swords making decisions. So now you look at maybe a lawyer with a Taurus person. No, crooked. Told you, crooked, man. Crooked. They have that lack of rational thinking. This King of Swords. He doesn't have rational thinking. He's not tapped into the conscious mind. He's not conscious. He doesn't have no wisdom. And a Pisces person, a Taurus person, and a Sagittarius person. Careless person, man. They act on impulse. They act on promiscuity. They act on adventure. They act on prone to like hysterical mental depression. Because they don't have their own self-expression. Because the soul needs self-expression. This is why the soul was infused at first. Why? Sex or adventure or going on trips. But it's only so far. So now they're grieving. A Taurus is grieving about separation with maybe a King of Swords or, I don't know, or a Pisces person. Because there was a secret in it with a Sagittarius person. So now you're looking at encountering obstacles. It was all about climbing that ladder, but through promiscuity, So now you're looking at the inconsistencies now. Because someone's acting really foolishly. Upside down higher priestess. When it comes to this chapel of worship. I don't know. Brotherhood. I don't know where they're going. But we're looking at God's Turika. They're learning about God's Turika. But when it's time to officially do what you want to do, these people like to do what I want to do. And now Queen of Wands. Maybe looking at maybe a Queen of Wands when the king comes to Queen of a Sagittarius person has a lack of rational thinking and a Taurus person. They want to be this, I don't know, married. I don't know. But they're not marriage material. They're very promiscuous women. They don't have no rational thinking. Very historical when it comes to maybe they're prone to mental depression because they look at everybody's self-expression and not their own. Do you know what I mean? They lack that motivation. They look at maybe this King of Swords when facing setbacks. Maybe they're always looking at this King of Swords to maybe fix the fixer when it comes to failing their expectations. But Pisces, Taurus, nah. Upside down, man. Upside down, they're not intuitive. They're not nothing. They're just a plank. Dead women walking. So now you look at new beginnings. Someone wants to start again. A pathway when it comes to business decision, maybe. Yeah, Cancer as well. Oh my God. Someone's in their feelings when it comes to maybe caring. Someone feels like someone don't care about them. So now that's what is a separation. Yeah, into me, I feel someone does not care about me when it comes to maybe understand about God's Turika of the setbacks. Gradually things will get better though. All right. It will dilute because remember when you make them drinks, I don't drink them diluted drinks, Some things can taste sweet in the beginning, but it will dilute in the end, and it will bring that fair balance when you understand your emotions, you know. Is it too sweet or is it too sour, or you need that middle? So maybe you can look at an analyzation through a diluted drink, innit? Because everybody likes their diluted drink differently. So maybe your diluted drink is not the same taste platter as yours. So now the taste is different. Now we're not energetically connected. When we come to emotions and energy, we're just not it. It's a forced situation. It's been forced because there's too much doubts. And now this team is fading away. Yeah, because all it was just harm. It's just, and to spare from harm, they need separation. Need separation. There's too much underhanded behavior, too much evil, sneaky, beaky. Beckham comes to a Taurus person who comes to the foundation of King of Wands. Maybe they just don't know how to get along. They know how to get along when it's money, but Taurus is, they feel when it comes to foundation, too bossy. They like to hurt other people. And the thing is, there's no empathy. They don't realize when they hurt other people, and that's the problem. That's a dangerous person when they don't realize they're hurting people. So now you're looking at maybe a Taurus person when it comes to charity, when it comes to philanthropy, when it comes to generosity, when it comes to financial management. They don't know how to get along with each other when it comes to money. Money is always going to be their problem. 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Someone has to go single because they don't know how to get along with each other. It's all about the money. They don't even see they're hurting other people. You know why? No self-awareness and no comprehension skills and no empathy. When you have no water in you, you don't know when you're hurting people, and that is fucking dangerous. They like control because they don't care about themselves. So now maybe someone's looking at maybe a Cancer, Pisces person when it comes to sharing someone's resources maybe, and someone needs to seek help when it comes to maybe giving. When it comes to a Taurus for the Capricorn person, there was a lack of self-regulation because there was under anxiety, uneasiness over money, because now you're looking at they're giving up because there's doubts about incompetence. Someone's very incompetent. So now they lost that sense of financial security because there was an epiphany and somebody was sacrificing at the back of a King of Wands and they were waiting. Do you know what I mean? And they were putting themselves first. And they were giving a Cancer Pisces money in this group of a Virgo person. So now Sagittarius was sending messages to a King of Swords about the lack of rational thinking because they're being careless, because they're acting on impulse maybe, you know. Or the King of Wands is telling them that because now there's a situation, they're acting like things are getting better because they've got to get rid of a Taurus person, a third party person. They lost that pleasure. It's like pleasure and pain. They were pleasure seeking. There was too much high expectations of things, but they're not creative. They don't have no empathy, no emotions. Now, someone's unpleasant with things, how they happen, because behind the King of Wands' back, when it comes to this group of people for Taurus person, they were being very malicious behind this masculine's back. They were talking about this person, okay, all right, and very just not being nice, very catty people. So now you're looking at maybe a person's third-party person, third-party company. They changed. There's a lack of self-regulation, no self-awareness, because they forgot the original intention, and it was to study about God's true cup. And now you're looking at God's world. So now you're looking at a new world when it comes to limitations. You know, the world is looking at the Taurus for Capricorn person or the community saying, your wishes, no, we're better on high spirits, leaving you behind. You know, we want to create happy memories. So now someone's reaching their peak when it comes to a different destination to achieve achievements, you know. Because someone's looking at what's in the air, lack of self-regulation. So now we're looking at an earth sign person when it comes to achieving one's goals, you know, when it comes to one's dreams step by step. They're meant to be learning about God's Turika, but they have a low mental development. Because now you're looking at maybe someone's making their choices. It was under the energy of ignorance when it comes to King of Swords with a Taurus person, because they're grieving over separation, maybe with a King of Wands because it brings them too much opportunities, money maybe. but they were using these King ones. So I look at maybe a King of Swords when it comes to maybe Sagittarius person getting many messages. Careless, man. Just careless people, impulsive people. Very impulsive. So now they have a problem from all aspects when it comes to a Taurus person, when it comes to the conscious mind, wisdom. They lack wisdom because now they're looking at a Queen of Swords. Maybe people are grieving over a separation with a Queen of Swords because of a Taurus person. So now they have a lack of rational thinking because now they're looking at the wounded warrior. Sagittarius again. Major threat. They're just jealous people, man. Just jealous. They act on that pleasure seeking. Now there's a difficult to cope with. And now they have to seek a different approach. They got to seek a different approach. Why? Because gradually people are leaving this Taurus, this Pisces, Sagittarius, this King of Swords. Gradually they're leaving. Because everyone's becoming more self-aware, man. They don't have self-awareness. And the thing is, if you're hurting the two account in this group, they're saying the same thing. They're doing things and not realizing they're hurting the whole group. That's how lack of self-awareness people have. It's the truth. So now someone wants new love, new cup of love, you know. Now somebody's ready to take action to realize their dreams. Why? Because they never recover after a setback. They'll never recover, you know. And now there's an end before it even began. So now someone looking at hesitation, it's very restless behavior. Pisces person, Taurus with a Capricorn person, a Virgo person, when it comes to maybe control, Capricorn person, when it comes to maybe leading the lack of undisciplined people. They're just swindlers with no consciousness, deep feeling of guilt maybe when it comes to personal expansion. Because clearly, maybe this masculine feels things are getting better. Things can only get better, you know? Because now they're looking at a Virgo and being impatient when it comes to problems. When it comes to solving life issues, they're very careless. And now someone's prone to making mistakes. And they're never going to recover from this setback. It's not going to be the same. I think this is a tower moment. Towers is just not going to be the same. Things are not going to be the same. People are going to look at the same no more. What you sow is what you reap. So now someone's looking at the end of a journey and they're looking back. Yeah, because now looking at Libra person, when it comes to maybe someone's expression, one's thoughts about grieving from a separation of God's cherry cap, could be a Queen of Swords. But the Queen of Swords, behind the Queen of Swords, they were learning about practicality, about the Queen of Swords. And now maybe someone's keeping time, keeping promise. You're looking at maybe a formulation of plans for long-term goals from the Queen of Swords, but grieving over God's separation when it comes to divine masculine. He's upside down. He's not taking the people into God's true account. So now divine feminine is now looking at a karmic masculine and a karmic feminine when it comes to a Taurus and a water sign masculine with a Sagittarius person and another Sagittarius person with a King of Swords. Setbacks. They're never going to recover from this. After this setback, they're not recovering, especially financially. As or a friendship group or maybe a contract. They're looking at sadness, delays, separation. And someone doesn't have the ability to accept pain or harm. Why? Because when it comes to hurting people, they don't see it. They just don't see it. So it's Queen of Swords said, I'm gone. Your world, King ones, with energy. I love you, but I gotta leave you behind. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, isn't it? And the tower, told you, tower. They're just holding on to that tower. Just holding on to something that just makes no sense. Just gonna break their own back in the end. So Queen of Swords said, I'm gone. Too balanced for you people. Too balanced, man. You want to be around these karmic people, these partners that are karmics, not showing you the real life about love, partnership, horrible marriages, horrible partnerships. You can't be getting advice from these people that don't even have healthy relationships. You know, just be fucking good. Create your flaws, walk in love, talk in truth. There you go. Hey, presto. What's hard about that? I don't know. I don't understand. So now someone's looking at Ace of Cups, new beginnings, maybe. Someone to pour out love. Can I look at the framework of someone's emotions? When it comes to maybe the heart chakra, when it comes to the wealth expansion, we're looking at maybe, what do you call that Buddhism flower in the water, and it flows. Someone says that you're flowing like the water. I can't remember what that flower's called now. Someone could be into Buddhism. Because we saw the flower in the water. But now someone's like, feels like Queen of Swords, feels like she's been betrayed, you know. She reached out and maybe tried to put the pain on the arm and a tattoo. They must have thought she was close to, and they were happy to get rid, but they didn't understand the message. You could have a tattoo on your arm, but someone feels they were betrayed, you know. They didn't have the mental capacity. It was more consuming for creative ideas for them. You look at emos, maybe, no feelings, no emotions for the soul to be watered. It's more backstabbing, underhand behavior, slandering the Queen of Swords. And now someone needs to adjust one's emotions because maybe someone's almost lost maybe there's personal space for growth. They don't have the mental capacity or the soul or emotions to even begin their growth. I think these are just lost souls, really. So now you're looking at maybe new beginnings. Every ending is a new beginning. Looking at maybe the hands of unconditional love, When it comes to an artist and a Queen of Swords, seeking the truth, seeking the peace. Now we're seeing a new horizon. When it comes to self-expression, it comes from unconditional love. Now we're seeing maybe when it comes to the mental health, maybe someone's being very straightforward, someone like someone's personality. Now maybe it's King of Wands or God or King of Swords feel like there's nothing to worry about. So now maybe everyone's trusting God's Turika, and now maybe the King of Wands or the King of Swords feels like they're getting support from everyone. But secretly, this King of Swords is looking at a Cancer person. Or his feelings when it comes to Sagittarius. Because Sagittarius keeps sending him evil eye. Yeah, she's not happy because she's fucking lacks regulations, man. She has no, she's just not thinking, man. She's not intuitive. She's not really intuitive. I think she gets messages online, maybe, when it comes to tarot reading. Or they're looking at too many tarot card readings and they get all confused. Yeah, they get all confused. These women are buffoons, man. Sagittarius is trying to study. They tried to study the hermit, a Virgo person, and now she's sending lots of message about this knowledge about Virgo person, kind of Sagittarius person, because someone feels as if something's been shined upon something because it was a difficult situation. Looking at obstacles, delays when it comes to seeking the truth, someone tried to block it. Now they got lots of information because someone's gone within and seen the knowledge, the wisdom. When it comes to maybe such a serious person, they're saying that this person, they were more enthusiastic and had more motivation when the Queen of Swords was sending messages. Now they're facing setbacks because now their strength is scattered because the Queen of Swords left. Now they failed to meet expectations. Why? Because they were getting messages from a Queen of Swords. Sagittarius was sending it to, secretly was sending it to a King of Swords. And now they're in a hangman, delay. When it comes to their team planning, their plan is now not meeting their expectations. No, it's not. Now they're heartbroken in a hangman position. Because they try to look at the world from a different perspective. No, the mind's too small, too narrow. Because they lack the ability to self-regulate. You understand? So now maybe the King of Wands is ending this group, or this plan's ended, or the plan was for unalivement. And now they're saying how they're going to meet that expectation when it comes to unaliving the Queen of Swords. This group of people. So now they're looking at every ending as a new beginning. When it comes to heartbroken, they're heartbroken. When it comes to Queen of Wands, told you, Queen of Wands, man. She's involved in too. She's not fucking innocent. And now the King of Wands would his counterpart in the Queen of Wands. In a casket. She would have been in a casket. That was the plan. He'd be looking at her casket. Burn in the fire. Because these people are demonic. Very demonic people. They're the walking dead. They like to take people's energy. They harvest people secretly. So now King of Wands is looking at his whole life flash before him. When it comes to stability, when it comes to ending, eager to earn, to learn, to unlearn, to learn again. Look at the importance of like spirituality, your dreams. It can save your life. It can help you look for your soulmates, and it can help you look for your soul family. You know, because the situation is not getting better, because things are starting to be diluted. Because now you're looking at the King of Wands, who's going to make an announcement, or he's watching the Queen of Swords online, talking about messages being changed. You know, he's going to make an announcement, maybe himself. Could be a speaker, but he's researching online, watching Queen of Swords talking. I love you too, Ali Wali. It's unfortunate we got ourselves in this situation. I know you're watching. I might not like you right now, but I'll always love you. So now maybe someone's playing the role of a leader when necessary. This King of Wands, he's being very frank with his words. Because when it comes to good deeds, you get good karma. Bad deeds, you get bad karma. So now someone has a very strong objective when it comes to maybe looking and learning about someone's lack of self-regulation, because someone's watching an air sign person online expressing about the mental development, how they changed the intentions of learning about God's Turika for everyone to find their soul family and to understand intuition can save your life. So now we're understanding that these people didn't read the message, that someone very highly intuitive, very psychic, maybe. And now we're looking at this lie on the line about finances. Now maybe the King of Wands is researching, getting maybe a lawyer or a detective or financial someone. You're probably looking at loyalty, because now they're analyzing, pinpointing when it comes to traveling, IP addresses, looking at a Aquarius person when it comes to intuition, because now someone is reading messages from a Aquarius person secretly about God's Turika, and someone's lying, because now they're looking at what is the reasons, logic anyway, for being blocked. Is it all been done, and why not? And why it is? Because somebody was copying and pasting and repeating. So people do it all the time. That was their reasons. So somebody was copying Chris's work behind the King of Wands' back when it comes to Pisces, Sagittarius. And that is why they lied about God's Turika. Because it was in this house, copying, celebrating, copy and pasting, fraud. Someone maybe got a house to Ross Clark. So now there's a battle, fight over God's Turika, two flames, twin flames, or someone's fighting over a house when it comes to King of Wands, Ace of Wands, a project for a house. Now you're looking at immaturity when it comes to promiscuity, when it comes to maybe Sagittarius, when it comes to maybe pulling a fire out, because now you're looking at a solid offer with a Queen of Swords, when it comes to maybe messages of being an alchemist, a star. So now you're looking at a cup of love, because now someone regrets opportunity when it comes to reliability from a third party, Sagittarius person. So you're looking at maybe arrival, obstacles, delays when it comes to a competition, when it comes to a business deal, because now you're looking at juggling, and they were partnering up, sending messages to a Queen of Pentacles about Leo person, big pussy, Genevieve Nadia, thought she had the strength. Now she's under judgment. So now you're looking at an investment of someone's work. Somebody tried to defend a Queen of Pentacles about her decision at work. But now you're understanding, now they're under worries, anxiety, because the Queen of Swords is gone. So how are you going to keep up with these messages? Told you, because she's a dumb, illiterate bitch. Dumb bitch, man. They took my messages and made their money. They changed the expectation, but they have no fucking self-regulation. Justice. Online. They've been judged online. Now you're looking at God's Turika. Looking at maybe a Libra person when it comes to authority. Looking at power. We're looking at maybe when it comes to fertilization. Okay, there's more to be revealed when it comes to maybe earthly matters, because now they're in spiritual court for the lack of their self-regulation. They have suspensions, okay? They forgot the original intention was about God's Turika. It became about Taurus' world, Gemini's world, Leo's world, everybody's world apart from God's Turika. There was no restraint, so now someone's looking at preaching or something. But you're not in court though, spiritual court. Regardless what you don't say, that's where you are. Yep. Because they don't believe in God, you see. So there's an announcement about spiritual court. It's online. And now they understand they made a bad judgment. Now they got low spirits. They ran out of their luck. They're in a dilemma. Okay, because they weren't patient. They're looking for money matters, for happiness. And now someone's breaking an appointment. When it comes to someone's wish fulfillment. Okay, because they're looking at maybe high spirits on the internet. Now they're looking at frank words when it comes to deeds from a King of Wands. Why? The devil. The devil. They were tempted by the devil. There was no equal footing. There's too much jealousy, too much overindulgence, too much control when it comes to a Taurus person. Demonic when it comes to maybe dark spiritual practices, doing black magic or black voodoo, what do you want to call that bullshit. Now they've been caught out because God sees everything when it comes to their pathway for stability. Now we're looking at maybe abundance and success when it comes to maybe self-expression. No, it was more underhanded behavior, gossiping, being cunning. Demonic people looking at a Taurus person when it comes to grief and separation of a relationship. Unorthodox practices, so now they're encountering difficulties. Now they've got the demon on their back. They shift the target. They shift the target. They don't want to see God's Tour Cup. They want to see the demon Tour Cup. Taurus again. They baked it. I saw what she did. Don't eat from this Taurus. Told you, don't eat from this Taurus person. A lover. Don't. She invested in death for God's Tour Cup. Taurus did. Upside down higher priestess. She was hiding harmful, dangerous agenda. Gemini, Taurus, Sagittarius. Dangerous people. Dangerous. Demonic people. So now we're looking at grief and separation because someone's too fucking demonic. They can't regulate their own emotions. We're looking at a relationship that's come to an end. Capricorn or Taurus person. When it comes to maybe a Cancer, feelings. When it comes to maybe King of Swords. Or they got no feelings for God. There you go. Queen of Pentacles. Genevieve Nadja, get out my energy. Every time you come in it, I'm going to expose who you are. Taurus. Genevieve Nadja, or you're thinking of maybe a businesswoman. Very demonic. Very demonic person. No energy. New energy. Every ending has a new beginning. Queen of Pentacles is grieving over separation. Because she wanted a Queen of Swords to grieve over separation. She wanted it to come to an end. God's took care. She didn't want no one to heal this Queen of Swords. She wanted to benefit from it. She sought the interest, the finances. But they're saying, Taurus, your interest, nothing can't last long. You're looking at an encounter with obstacles, delays, difficulties with Queen of Pentacles. She's shifted the target. She's jealous. She's envious. She's a demonic person. All right. She's inconsistent. She's looking at one's appearance and one's true nature. Demonic. True nature. Demonic. A vulnerable, tempted, demonic. So she went and had a fashion line. Failure. Failure. Using this fashion line, AAA Sports as some cohesion. Like people are fucking stupid. There you go. 201s. Looking. Adventure. They're exploring, you see. They want to be travelers. That's what their secret was, isn't it? Oh yeah, let's go and research. Let's go to Egypt. Let's go to all these places. She just wanted to travel. That was it. That was it. For business deals. But nothing ain't coming out. Why? Queen of Swords is gone, bitch. Now, lack of ability. Lack now to travel. Careless act. Impulsive. Traveling. Good, says you right. Now there's news traveling about Queen of Pentacles when it comes to her adventure. Something must happen on holiday. But now she's fucking nervous. She's hysterical. She's a mental depressive person. Yep. Her behavior, she acts foolishly about a Virgo person. Yep. Because now you're looking at lovers. Secret lovers. With a Libra person, Virgo person, Cancer person, Pisces person. And now you're looking at maybe King of Wands giving his lover. Secretly. Yep. He literally was investing his own unalivement. There you go, King of Wands. How do you feel? Giving away your own life insurance. You invested in your own fucking death. There you go. With his third party person, Taurus, for a Capricorn person. Now it's online. Maybe King of Wands going to make his whole voice be heard. Yep. Maybe he's playing the role of a leader when necessary. Now he's going to lead the people to the light of the soul world. Aren't you, Adiwali, King of Baji? Or do you want me, Leo, to keep on running you about your fucking Taurus, about investments? Don't bait from that person, my friend. I wouldn't if I was you. Yep, because now you're looking at stock, your legacy. Hold back from this Taurus, fucking Taurus. King of Swords, looking at maybe someone taking a new leap of faith. No, blocked. When it comes to Leo person, judgment, decisions. They're looking at maybe, oh, you lot, man. Worried about Leo's success at work with a King of Pentacles. Because now they're being blunt. Now they're being blunt. Hey, now I didn't see that yet. Now they're being blunt. Maybe he's packing, preparing, making dates. He's crossed off everything he needs to do. And now he's putting his skates on because he wants to maybe tie in some balance. Because he's in a struggle. With a Sagittarius rival challenge when it comes to God's Tour girl. When it comes to God's Tour flame. There's so much information. But he just wants to hold someone's hand, I guess. And talk about the future. Oh, look at old castle, darling. You're certified, dear. Yeah. Bullying. Lying about their success. It's lying. Now they're worried, scratching at the fucking table. Third party person looking at Aquarius, thinking she's going to be a star. I can't even reach her far. No, you can't, Queen of Pentacles. Now sit the fuck down. I told you, Earth sign. You're missing out your own opportunity. You're going to be watching herself online. Yep. About the Queen of Swords. Going to a solid offer. Yep, she is. And now somebody wants to come forward, passionately give her a cup of love, I guess. She said, whatever. Oh, someone missed. Oh, they want to mend it back together, do you? They're thinking about this when it comes to the emperor. Oh, he's in a tower. King of Wands. Told you, looking at this tree, he's such a peanut, man. He's working on maybe being single, maybe. Because he knows that King of Cups is not the person to get advice from. No, he was sharing with a fucking Taurus person. Now they're heartbroken about their options when it comes to maybe Aquarius person. Gamble type business. She said, Aquarius, come back. She said, nope. Because you are playing with my emotions. I'm your soulmate, but you went. And now they're looking at maybe his counterpart, Queen of Wands, or Queen of Wands is looking at delays because you're too fucking fast with a Taurus person. Because they understand the Queen of Swords, you're a higher priestess. And Cancer's like, uh-oh. Queen of Cups, difficulties. Now they want to walk away from a fortune. It's a burden for the Empress. So they see Queen of Swords as the Empress and the King of Wands as the Emperor, the Leo. Leo, get out your ego, bro. It's not about that. It's about leading the people to the soul. Yeah, so come out of that. So someone's in a tower. Taurus, you're in a fucking tower. Queen of Pentacles, she's fucking demonic, man. Under the moon, she's a fucking demon. Under that dress, told you she's a fucking demon. So now, I need to stop swearing, man. Chuck. Now, the fire brigade is letting out the demon. Why? Because the demon don't like love. And the more the Queen of Swords loves herself, the more the demon is crying. And the more the Queen of Swords tell the truth, the more the demon is crying. And the more the Queen of Swords is walking in love, talking the truth, correcting their flaws, guess what? The demon is disappearing. Why? Because the vampire don't like the light, and the light is the truth, and the truth is who God, my friend. So now you're looking at maybe the diligence. Somebody wants to King of Wands. He's thinking of he wants to keep some time. He wants to keep a promise. He wants to be good. Also, he's looking at passion. He want to go behind the King of Swords secretly because he likes things done at the back, don't he, King of Wands? Hey, King of Wands, I see your dirty little mind, right? Yes, sir. King of Wands, you better go in that cold shower and shower yourself down, my friend, because you've got lots to talk about before you even think of jumping anywhere behind anybody. So now he's saying, yeah, now someone's grieving. Queen of Pentacles, good bitch. Reasons can only prevail, boy, over emotions. Yep. Someone's cutting off their fingers or carved their feet to spite their nose. So now looking at something more meaningful. Live as yourself. That's more meaningful. Just be yourself, collective. And that's the story of the conclusion for today's reading. Know what is more meaningful. Living as yourself. That soul connection. When two hearts meet one. The soul meets the self and the self meets the soul. You know? That's your oracle. So don't get hysterical. Don't get hysterical. Someone's heartbroken when it comes to money. For a Queen of Swords, hey, they're heartbroken. Never mind, bitches. King of Wands, what are you up to now? He wants to send a message. I know I got that message last night in my dream. Well, no one waiting over here for it. I take that for nothing. Yeah, it's wish fulfillment. It's Queen of Wands. King of I love you. Can I send you a message? I'm sorry. I want to work with you now. I want to bring equal give and take. I'm by myself. Queen of Swords, please talk to me. Well, not like this. I told you that already. Not like this, my friend. You know exactly where I am. There you go. Wish fulfillment, Queen of Swords. King of Wands is wish fulfillment, people. Okay. It's Queen of Swords. Why? Because he's in love with her. He wants to tell her the truth. He wants to say, I'm single. I want to work with you. Because he said, you're single. I'm single. Let's mingle. And she said, I'm heartbroken. So let's talk about that first. He said, okay, alchemist, let's see. I know you're my soulmate. I see you in my dreams all the time. But somebody changed the fucking message, innit? Never mind, my lovely. Sort of learning curve, you see. It was fated. Yeah. So now you're looking at, ooh, a streamers. Ooh, someone's making some clothes. Queen of Swords is saying, are you going to do a fashion live, darling? Of course I am. Two a cup. Queen of Swords, two a cup. Of course I already said to him already. We know we're going to be big, darling. And I won't only be wearing clothes from Adiwali's line. Never mind, Queen of Pentacles. Next time, behave yourself. Yep, we all could have helped each other. No, you'll be malicious. Never mind. Two a cup. He says, oh, Queen of Swords, can I hold your hand now? Well, Lion. Looking at faith, looking at love. Looking at certified. Queen of Swords. You can only live as yourself, collective. You know, I love the images though. Sagittarius, oh gosh. She's upset when it comes to her pathway adventure. With a Virgo person sending messages for King of Swords. Oh, King of Swords, help me, darling. Queen of Pentacles put me in the right fuck up. And he said, nope. No, 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 no. Baby mama, nope. King of Wands said, no. I'm the King of Cups and you're my Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords. I'm not saying it right. We just saw he said he's the King of Cups to my Queen of Cups. And he is the otherwise to my wise. And now someone's not wise because they put that formula to an end. Didn't he, King of Wands? Never mind, my darling. He brought in a challenge, a rival when it comes to maybe an earth sign person. Now he's looking at this insight, thinking I better put my skates on and be very blunt. Because King of Pentacles probably looking at this word thinking, oh, Leo, you're going to be successful. But you look like you're worried, Leo, about your decision. About blocking your pathway. Because you blocked, didn't you? Yeah, you tried to control this block. Now you feel single. Why? Because she's too balanced for you. King of Swords said stop. God told you to stop your foolishness and look at your own fucking legacy. No, you want to look at Taurus person for her leg to see your bakery. Your two little buns and your fucking apple, oranges, banana. I don't know what you're doing over there. He's probably baking a fruit tart. He baked a tart, darling. Yes, that's what he was baking. A fruit tart. Higher Priestess, they said, can I invest in you now? Sign. Can I put this Taurus to death? Did you believe that? His lover, Taurus, planned an alignment. I mean, look at her CV at work. It's a failure already. I don't know where she was going. Higher Priestess, air sign, Leo is happy. We know. Of course I know. Do you think I can get away with calling Adiwali a pussy boy and he just sits there? He's not that fucking stupid, people. Told you. Hey, I told you not that stupid. He said, I'm not stupid. He said, Queen of Swords, someone to work with yours. You're my legacy. He says, I love your strength. I love how you came out difficult with the mind. And he just had left me hanging. And I said, never mind, darling. You invested in a Taurus person. You thought there was a legacy over there. God said, stop. Stop, God said. And you said, no, let me block. And now Taurus said, no, let him block. Because I've got money overdue. Taurus is a real peasant. But she want to be on the yacht. She want to show off her jewelry with them. She went from silver to gold. Because I said, wear gold, darling. For protection, maybe. I didn't even fucking wear jewelry. So about 4 times in my dream, especially the first time, when I was in this building, I was in a lift. And I can see like a ring band. I looked at my hand and I saw a ring band. And I looked up and I saw Adiwali. And he had this like a briefcase in his hand. It was more like a doctor's briefcase kind of. And when he put his hand in there, I can literally hear all this jewelry. I can literally hear it. And then when I looked at my hand again, it had a heart on it. But it was staying like it was heartbroken. Like he's saying to me, I'm heartbroken if you don't marry me. And I think that's why he fucked up too early. Because I don't know. I've never seen myself married. When he said, "Oh, let's get married when I get back from LA," or "Let's get married in that temple," I'm not gonna lie. It took me about 10,000 years to register that. I'm not gonna lie. I never pictured myself married. No, I didn't. So I turned around and I said to him, "I don't wear rings anyway," and I just walked off and went to a lift. And then another dream came back again, and he asked me to marry him, and I said, "I don't wear rings anyway," or something like that. Like to say, we're married already spiritually. What's the big deal, bro? So then I saw this jewelry shop. I went to this jewelry shop, and he was there. He was standing behind the counter. Behind the counter. I saw a counter. Behind the counter with another person. And he was looking at this box, and it had jewelry in it. And it's like a Cartier. And he handed it to me. And I said it again. "I don't wear jewelry, bruv." And then he put it back in this briefcase. And then the man walked off. And then I saw how sad he was when I said that. And I said, "Chuck, I know he's going to do what he wants anyway." And I said, "You know what? You're going to do what you want anyway." So then he called back the jewelry guy. And then, I don't know what happened to the ring, because we just ended up hugging. And I said, "You know you're my baby. Stop being silly." Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And that was the end of that ring one, about the rings. Oh, yeah, no. And then, at some point, I kept seeing a treasure box with all this jewelry in it. And it was pure white with just gold shining from this treasure box. And I can see this chain, and it had love on it, all right? And he was trying to give it to me. But I don't know, I thought, well, that's what I tried to give to him when I went to Canada. But I thought, if I put my face in his face, he's going to think I'm kind of crazy. We just started dating. But that's why I bought the bloody chain in the first place. But then I went and I saw my granddad. And I went to say hi at his grave. And I ended up putting my granddad and my grandma in it. And I came back and I said, "Oh, look at me chain." What a bitch, innit? I was a bit of a bitch to him, to be honest. I said, "Look at me chain." I should have said, "Oh," but I didn't want to look stupid. I just didn't want to look stupid. I should have just followed my heart. And then in another dream, I kept seeing these rubies, all these different fucking jewelry that he's looking at. I see everything he does. It's so annoying sometimes. But them two make me laugh. Oh, yeah, they do. He tries to talk to me sometimes in my dream. And I'd be like, "Fuck off, man. You didn't even fucking talk to me anyway." He says, "I love the way..." He just starts laughing. I said, "Dude, you can't even fucking talk to me anyway. Go on, fuck off." And I start walking off, and at the back of me, he can't stop laughing. And then there's a time when I said to him, he said, he came up to me, I must have been in the mood. He said, I love your mood, man." I said, "Do you really?" And the way she said, "Do you really?" And she starts hugging him up. Listen, I can go on forever, man. I got so many dreams about this person. But them two make me laugh. They don't tolerate no shit from each other. That's why I don't know where he's coming from when it comes to Earth. But I saw it. I saw what this Genevieve did to me. You know? So now you're looking at how heavy is your heart. It's got to be as light as a feather. When it comes to maybe a Leo person, wanted maybe a reconciliation with a Libra person, they're looking at sadness, delays. Maybe someone's looking at maybe moving forward out of this tower. Oh, 2 towers, bloody heck. One is avoiding, one's letting go, and one's stuck in a tower. Maybe an earth sign person, but someone's single, ready to mingle, you know. You could be a jewelry person. You could be self-employed in jewelry, selling jewelry, or crystals. Or you could be making jewelry. Keep going, collect. The soul loves self-expression. Remember the meaning of today's message, all right? Is have that relationship with yourself first. Know what's more meaningful. Is living as yourself. Know thyself, okay? That's the magic, and that's the message for today, all right? Clear ones, I forgive you. I still love you, but I'm not waiting for you. You got a bloody another thing coming. I'll tell you that for nothing. No one should wait for anybody. That doesn't even fucking make sense. I heard it in my dream the other day. Someone asked me would I wait for him. I said, what a stupid question to fucking ask when he's with someone else. Don't ask me stupid questions. That's a stupid question to ask. And I walked off. Yes, it's bye, Treacle. I've got other things to do, babe. See you later. I've got things to create. I ain't got time to worry about no fucking man that's on with some next girl. I'm just using my story for everyone to understand. Intuition can help you to save your life, and intuition can also help you to find your soul family or find yourself. Remember, walking, love, talking truth. I love you guys. Bye.